Great job by Rachel as always, and thank you to Danny as well. And yes, let the record show, the general manager of the Celtics, Danny Ainge, complimented the Lakers in their depth. So, Amin, Danny was very honest and had some interesting comments on last year's team. But do you buy that the Celtics had too much depth last season?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it before the season even started last year. Remember the analogy I used about if you fly coach and then you get upgraded to first class, it's really hard to be told to go back to coach. And that's what they had. When those guys were hurt the year before, you had Brown and Tatum and Rozier step up and get really big roles and touches and have that success deep in the playoffs. And then they come back, say, well, Kyrie and Hayward are back guys, so go back to coach. It's in the middle seat and wait for your peanuts and stuff while these guys drink champagne in the lay flats. And you couldn't have that without what Danny called a clear hierarchy. There has to be very defined roles in order for a team to be successful.
Well, I think you can follow this either way. I think you can follow what Danny said, is that, there was too much talent. But I think you can also look at this and say he didn't have the right people in place to manage that talent. You look at Kyrie, he was very young, transferring from being under LeBron's wing for most of his career. And now he have to go to a team that's full of a lot of talent, as Danny Ainge said. Well, that wasn't what he was expecting.
Right.
Those young players were ready to challenge him any day and every day. And of course, for Brad Stevens, it wasn't fair to him being a young coach and not really ready to deal with all those egos of young players, hungry players who've had success the year before and now feel like it was their time to step out and be a star. They have to take a back seat. So it was a very difficult atmosphere for those players. I've been in an atmosphere similar to that, but I did it with veteran players who accepted their role and who was willing to take a back seat.
Yeah.
And I've also been in it with younger players out in Portland with the Blazers. Again, talented players, but having the right leaders always helps.
Yeah, young players want to eat.
Yeah, well, I mean, and a lot of those guys are trying to create their legacies and let their reputation know and fight for their next contracts in the league. But that's funny, I never even thought about it. Brad Stevens had never coached a team loaded with stars.
Right.
Butler, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
In Boston, he didn't do it. And last year was the first time he had so much talent. You had to manage, and that's a different job than coaching up guys.
No question.
And for Kyrie, it has to be a tough challenge for him because I don't think any of those kids really bowed down to him. Now, had that been LeBron James, they would have approached the game a different way.
Yeah.
But Kyrie just hadn't gotten that star yet where they wanted to give him that respect. They were willing to challenge him more.
Absolutely, yeah. They got to Game 7 without him, and that was always kind of lingering over their heads. So,
thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN Plus.